sitting there getting a little cold. Not like freezing cold. No, I guess more like chilly. This weather's kind of crazy, but you know, I had some things I wanted to share with you. You know, I guess you can say, I can say like this, is that for those of you who are watching for the first time, just a real brief, quick rundown here. I just want to let you know, see, it's like this with me on this channel these days, alright, that I would rather spend my time, well, besides my health problems and stuff, as to, instead of doing, like investigations like I used to, I am one now. I would much rather, do something that's beneficial to others than, especially anything than for my own self, in other words, I don't have ambitions to make a big living off of YouTube and stuff like that. I would rather bring smiles and to, make, get you to laugh, do a little comedy once in a while, every now and then, especially with Grandpa Silas. And also sing songs, to maybe share some old memories of songs you used to remember long ago, and songs that is uplifting. I think in these days that we're living, a person should really, really consider where you're going. Okay, after you live your life here on this planet, this earth, you're going to go somewhere. Question is where, right? I'm one that I would much rather spend my time doing things that is beneficial, and to chart my course to better land, to a better land, should I say. I would rather have my life to be given to the beautiful Great One. You know the beautiful Great One. Well, you've heard of him. I'm sure some have heard of him. Others have been acquainted with him. And others have come to know him. The beautiful Great One has many names. But the most beautiful name of all would be, if you did it in its correct way, in Hebrew, or is that Arabic? But anyway, not Arabic, Aramaic. Excuse me. I'll get all that straightened out. You gotta excuse me. I have an excuse. I'm old. Alright, but his name in, I think it's Aramaic. I think I've often mistakenly said Hebrew, but in Aramaic it's Yeshua. And English, it's Jesus. and also he is known as the Creator, and he's the shining bright one. And since he loved every single one of us so much that he went the path of a horrible death to sacrifice his own life in the worst way possible, to lay it down so that we could live. So I choose the correct path and course, which it's only through him that leads me directly to him and to a beautiful home. I'm not a perfect man. I make my mistakes, but I'm not going to hide behind it. If I make a mistake and I mess up, I go to him. We always hear each one of us say, we'll say if someone else is that so-and-so is a good person. We say that's a good man, or that's a good woman. That's a good kid, Sometimes we'll say, I'm a good person. Well, yeah, in one way, yeah, but if you look at it according to the way the beautiful great one sees it, alright, there's no one good. Not on their own, of their own selves. No one has their own righteousness, that's going through any good deeds and stuff that's going to be a ticket, a one-way ticket to heaven, to be with the beautiful great one. We would wish it was that way, but it don't. Because, see, if it was that way, then let me ask you this. Why did he pay the price for us? He wouldn't have had to. All we had to do is just good people, right? You think about that. And see, I just don't want to be also getting into any kind of emotional drama with people. Everyone is welcome on my channel, especially when I go live. But all I ask is if I'm going live, don't start anything with anybody. If you want to make things right or get things straightened out, whatever is between you and another, do that privately between you and that one. That's the best way I can put it. Because, see, alright, because, see, if you hold on to that grudge against someone, let me tell you something, it's hate. No matter how you dress it up, it's just simple, it's hate. And hate will rip you up. It will eat you up and spit you out. And there's nothing good comes out of it. And if you say, I'll never forgive somebody, think about what you're saying. If you proclaim to be a Christian and you hold that view, do you think, honestly, that you're going to be forgiven by him if you don't forgive another? The way he taught that we should love one another, even our enemies. But we often make excuses. It's a hard thing, really. You think about it. It's hard. But I ain't about to tell you how to live your life. We each have to make a choice. My choice was life or death. And I chose life. I choose life. I would rather have a good life living for Him, even with aches and pains and stuff, because really I've been blessed. I got a roof over my head. I got a, place to lay down at night. I got food on the table, and, I have a shelter, and I have family. And, and when I mean family, I'm not just talking about my blood kin, my blood relatives, but I am talking about those who I have accepted and adopted, as my family. There's a lot of you who are my family. And then there's some of you who are not, because I don't know you. But you can, if you want, you just hit that subscribe button. I don't do PayPal. I don't require nobody to join anything. I don't make much money. I just get a little bit, on every month, but and with everything being the way it is, with the economy crashing and everything else going to just going to hell. I mean, everything. Look at everything that's going on around you. So my question would be, no, I'm not asking you to answer me, like directly, but this question is for you and you alone to answer to yourself and to Him, the beautiful great one. Okay, how is it between you and Him? If a lot of times we don't like to think about it. We shove things off, a lot, especially when it comes to, we don't like the word, but it's there, it's true. We all, at some point in time, have an appointment with death, and you're going to go someplace. And so the question is, how is it between you and Him? Now, if you say, well, I know Him, well, anyone can know anybody as far as loosely speaking. It's more acquainted, if you really look at it. But do you really know Him personally in your heart, your soul and mind? And if you go to church, just because you go to church don't mean it's all right between you and Him. Even devils and demons, and some of you who do investigations have found out that there's devils and demons that goes to church too. But one thing they don't like, the dark ones, the demons, the devils, the dark spirits, not one thing they don't like is a place that is actually filled with the beautiful great one's spirit. They don't like that. They're not going to be in there. They'll usually wait till everyone's just gone so they can go in there like, man, I'm glad those people are gone. But did you see so-and-so over there? Next time they come back, let's target them. Or, But, we go through a lot of stuff. We go through a lot of pain, and anger and other stuff. But the thing is, we can say we go to church. I know that you can sing gospel hymns and everything. That's good. But problem is where is your heart in it? Is it in it? you know, we humans have a nasty tendency to be of a one-track mind. We focus on one thing because it's, harder to focus on two. Whatever means the most in your life, that's what you focus on, and you go for it. Like go for your goal. Well, I mean, a person should have a goal, but still, is your focus first? First, is it on Him and Him alone? Or is your focus on, whatever it is you're doing, about making a lot of money? Just that's your focus, making a lot of money so you can have more things or whatever, It's good to have goals. It's good to want to have hobbies or whatever, you just fill in the blanks there. But the thing is, with all this stuff that's coming, now whether you can believe it or not, and I know a lot of you really believe this, that we are in the last of the last days, and everything that was written in the book of heaven, you call the Bible, everything that was written in there has come to pass, and there's more of it coming to pass. And everything that Yeshua, the beautiful great one, everything that He said is coming, is already happening, and some is currently happening, and there's a little more to coming. And the question is, again, which path are you choosing? Because it's coming, my friends. I want to be on the boat that leads to the promised land. And so, but again, where is your heart? Where is your mind? Is it well with your spirit, your soul, between you and Him? Is it well? You can't blame anyone else. If someone's somewhere in your past did you wrong, maybe they were a so-called Christian, because if they was a real Christian, they wouldn't have done some of the stuff they had done to you in the past that really hurt you. All right? But see, you can't use that excuse before Him, saying, well, the reason why I'm not living for you is because too many hypocrites. You know how bad that sounds when you're standing before Him, who knows everything about you, your deepest, darkest secret, and before everybody, before everyone, good and bad. Everything that you have done is written in books, scrolls, if you will. But everything's written there, and you can't escape it. And when it really comes to it, you have nothing you can say. You have nothing in your defense. I don't, you don't, no one does. Your righteousness, your being the good person thing don't fly before Him. So the question again is, where is your spirit? I mean, your heart. Is it focused on Him or yourself? Or Good Time Charlie or Good Time Annie or whatever. I mean, you see, the thing is, and I don't care what your culture is. It doesn't matter if you're European, basically, or Jewish, or if you're Native American, or if you're African, or Arabs, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever, your skin race, it doesn't matter, because, see, he don't see color. He's not awoke, He's not queer, he's not binary, or whatever it is these days, people are saying. See, the thing is, it comes down, we have to each one ask ourselves, where are we standing before Him? When was the last time you read the Bible, the book of heaven? When was the last time that you read it? If you have one, is it collecting dust? Think about that. Pulling it out and reading it and letting it fill you. Put everything, out of your mind, more or less, and focus on what you're reading. Find a quiet time if you get that. But read. And before you go to bed, to ask Him if He would open your eyes, the eyes of your heart. Like a song, open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. You know that song? Get your eyes opened. And we all do. And I wanted to share this, and I also wanted to say, I do my little comment and stuff, because I want to lift your spirits, your hearts, and I don't mean to sound doom and gloom here. I'm just concerned, I'm not concerned just only for my own self, but I'm concerned about all of you as well, because you're my family, you're my friends. If I didn't love you and didn't care about you, I wouldn't even bother with this, I'd just go on and do my thing, and that's it. But the question we all have to ask ourselves, how is it between us and Him? And don't allow hate and grudges and stuff consume your heart, okay? That eats you up. And you know that I'm saying this, and I ain't calling names out on nobody. Each person, no matter who they are, whether I know them or not, never even heard their names before or whatever, it don't matter. Each person's got to deal with the baggage that they got, and it's hard for them to do it, so you got to look to Him to help you. Because, see, the thing is, on our own, it is impossible to forgive somebody. Really forgive them. To love somebody who is our enemy. To forgive them. To pray for them. Alright, I'll tell you. I'll give you a challenge, alright? I'll give you a challenge. Oh, that was, I didn't know if you heard her. That Spotted Feather, the little diamond, I love listening to her. She's a sweet little precious thing. But often people will hear her and think that they're hearing a flute. But I like it. She does sound like a flute. But, we have to look to Him to help us to forgive. It is only through Him that we can do that, and to love our enemies, to pray for them. But I challenge you to pray for, not oh, pray that God will strike you down. You pray that prayer, it's coming on you. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. But pray for them. And, one thing I think we all forget is like these leaders of the country, and whichever country we're in, whether you're overseas in England or here in America or South America, China or Japan or whatever country, and you have bad leaders there, they can really get to us. I mean, especially the ones we got here. However, we could pray for them, but I would suggest pray like in the Book of Heavens. It says to pray for them. Like, because He wants the Great One, the beautiful Great One, wants everyone to come to repentance, to come to salvation. So you can pray for that. But pray for them. Because it does say in there that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Which we tend to, that's all we see is just, but it is against spiritual darknesses in high places, and a lot of you are aware of that. Some of you that are doing paranormal investigations, you understand that. But that's what we're fighting against. All right, that's what we're fighting against. Everyone who wants to live for Him and please the beautiful Great One. We have to, learn to first pray for our own salvation, get it right between us the way it says. For those who pray that believe, didn't say do a ritual. It says those who pray, believe, repent, say that you're sorry, and then believe in your heart, you actually believe it, that He has heard you, and that He has forgiven you, and that you accept Him as your King, your Lord, your Savior. If you accept that in your heart, confess that with your lips, your mouth, you will be saved. I don't believe in telling people what to pray, because if you go to somebody because you done them wrong, you know what's in your heart, you feel that, and it's bothering you, so you go. You don't have someone over right there feeding you, telling you, whispering in your ears, telling you what to say. So that's the way we have to do when we approach Him, and that's the way you should tell people. That's the way you got to do it, is just to be open with them, and believe in your heart, accept His truth, and follow Him. And heck with the things that's going to around in this world, this life that's going to drag us down into a place we don't want to be. And my prayer for you is that you find that route, and if you found it, that you can stay a straight course. We mess up, but we can always get it right, because He is our righteousness. It's never ours. It's never our goodness. It's His that we rely on. That is what covers us. But anyway, I could go on more. I didn't come on here to preach. I'm just sharing. But I do make mistakes, and I want you to pray for me and my family. And if you want me to pray for something, be sure, whatever, make a request. I mean, if you don't want to spill the whole thing out, but you just know and you need prayer, just say, I have a unspoken prayer request, down in the description, please pray. Or if you just want to generalize it, like, please pray, pray for my family, we'll do that. Or if you say, just pray for me, do that. And just pray for one another. Encourage one another in a positive way. And not tear somebody down. We know how that feels when somebody tears us down, right? So never do that to someone else. No matter if that person is that other person's tearing you down, you don't go tear them down. I mean, two wrongs don't make a right. Isn't that not so? We've all heard that one. I have. And I'm old school, Let me just say real quick, I didn't mean to take this long. I apologize. But I just wanted to talk with you. And, let me see. Well, I sometimes forget how old I am. Yeah. But I'm 61. I've been saying 62, and that's not right. I'm 61. But come March, if I live that long, come March, I will be 62. I do have a tendency these days to forget things, so if I forget something, please remind me. That's why I even pray for me, that I can be able to remember better. What else can I say? I'm 61. My native heritage is Cherokee and Shawnee. Just a simple fella. I don't make no pretenses, that I'm some kind of bigwig and all this, I don't use fancy big words. I'm a friend to those who want to be friends. And I sing. Well, I ain't a great singer. When I was younger, I probably could have, I guess you would say, but I like singing. And I like to try to, through songs, bring back some good memories, maybe from your childhood, or as you're growing up, things way back, and then things that lifts your spirit up, not to tear you down or make you feel bad, but to make you feel good. And my hope is also that through comedy, is to make you laugh, lift you up that way. Now, I haven't got around to it yet when I get to feeling panic, because my health ain't very good. But if I can get out and do it, I'll try to do some video footage around here on the property, because we got Bigfoots around here. Whether you want to believe it or not, we do. And if I can't catch one on camera, at least maybe I can catch something on audio, or something, maybe a footprint or some sign or evidence, and I don't believe in doctoring things or pulling one over on them like that. If I'm doing a comedy, that would be another thing. But on the Bigfoot thing, I don't know. It would be that, just because we do have them around out here and we do hear them. And just let me say, if ever in my videos I'm outside and you're hearing native music in the background, please understand, that's not me doing that. I'm not putting it in the background. We have, there's spirits that hangs around out here on this property. You know, so, but that's, you know, yeah, that's not me. You know, but, and there's a lot of people that has heard that when I was just out filming things or whatever outside, and then there'd be this native music, flute music, and some drumming and singing and chanting and stuff, you know. But anyway, man, I've been talking way too long. I would like to say more, but you know, check out my playlist. There'll be some things there I hope that you could use out of it, you know. Check it out. If any of them there interest you, there's subjects and topics and stuff I'm hoping that will help you on whatever. But yeah. Okay. And I want to say I thank every one of you who have given me kind words. You know, and I thank all you new subscribers. I thank you for subscribing. You are a part of this family. And understand this, I cannot and will not judge you. Because, see, there's only two judges here when it comes down to it. Him and yourself. You know, you got to judge yourself. Oh, yeah. But anyway, please, you know, if you got a song request and you would like to request a song, I will try. I ain't gonna make no promises, but I will try. If it's within the gospel or country or soft, I don't know what they call it, soft rock or whatever, or folk music. I love those, you know, and gospel, you know. But make a request and I will try. That's all. Like I say, you know, from the songs you've seen on my channel that I sing, that gives you an idea of the realm of what I will sing. But you know, the type of genre, as they say. But anyway, I went way over time here, so I just want to say thank you, Wado. I appreciate you, and you be blessed. And with the things that are coming, I hope you're prepared. You know, with the food shortages. And you know, a lot of people are going to lose. If you got whatever jobs you have, you're not going to have them much longer. With what these idiots have been doing in the government and stuff, that's ruining everything, messing and everybody going crazy. But the thing is, you need to be prepared and make sure, first of all, most important, prepare yourself with Him. Make sure it's right there, and then you know Him first, and then your family, you know. Be prepared. Be prepared in your heart. Be prepared for the things that's going on, that's coming. Be prepared. So, yeah, I'm slow, but I ask you to forgive me on that. You know, but I love you all. Pray for me and my family, and whatever you know prayer requests that you have, please put it in the comments below. And thank you for watching, Wado. And I want to say Wado for listening. You know, for listening to my songs, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button, and if you want, share. But anything that's you know on my channel that you want to share it, you know. If you have any questions, ask. You know, and so there. All right. I love you all. Be blessed and take care of yourselves. Okay. Watch your six. All right. And let me just say again, Wado and Aho.